Hey there, fellows. Just a second. Hi. Yo, that a skateboard? Yep. Can I have a go? No, Vlad, this is for children. Why do you have to be like that? What about... Oh, guys, you know what? Let's make a grown-up version of this. A big one? You're always willing to let me smash a car, but as soon as I want to ride a skateboard, I'm gonna make me a big one of those. Let's do this. This isn't a simple design. It never occurred to me that the steering mechanism on a skateboard is so complicated. With the mounting and the pivot points being located on different planes, essentially. Transferring this to some sort of big vehicle, that's gonna involve figuring out the angles with the mounting points. I noticed that Nick is already working on the frame. Well, he's at least contemplating how to do it. The trucks on a skateboard are actually fairly simple. You really just need to scale them up to fit them to an axle, and from there just work out the best way to adapt them for this sort of application, without winding up in a situation where you turn left and the thing goes right, and so on. Yeah, that's something you definitely want to avoid. So look, right now it's pushing that way, right? But if it pushes that way, this should actually work. So the problem here is that you push it one way, but it turns the other way. Yes, and that is unacceptable for a skateboard. The principle is the same as with a skateboard, as in the way it works. We put this together using ball joints, and just look at how this turned out. Essentially, we had to flip this thing around. You'll notice that the primary control links are situated down there. Meanwhile, the pivot mechanism is up top. And overall, this turned out quite well. All of this works. This is super easy to turn. The important thing is we've figured out the layout, and now it's a matter of making the board itself, which would be the easiest part. Fitting an engine will be quite a bit more difficult. We won't be able to ride this like a regular skateboard, using sort of zigzag movements. Nah, this has to be self-propelled. We won't be using an overly powerful gasoline engine, because given the weight of this board, we can't predict how fast it'll be. We might want to set up some sort of brake system. I mean, if things get out of hand, this will be quite difficult to get to stop. And so we are gonna need some sort of means of decelerating. Nothing too crazy, of course. So yeah, there is some work to do. We'll be getting through all of it, and yeah, let's see where all of this goes. We've got a rectangular platform that we just need to evenly weld on. We'll place a sheet of plywood on top of it. The board needs to be about this high. Why so? Vlad said that otherwise falling off is gonna hurt. We've got a cable-actuated throttle and brake, one handle for accelerating, another for braking. They're gonna cancel each other out and keep the whole thing centered. One of them pushes that way. Oh, wow. Toys for grown-ups. The most fun years of a man's childhood are his first 45, right? Check out this skateboard we've made, guys. But then I'd say this is more of a longboard than it is a skateboard. Are we all in agreement? So yeah, that sounds about right, but hey, they work in a similar way. To turn, you have to lean, as you would have seen. We've left the basic design unchanged, and everything works just fine. We've also fitted some shocks from a Lada, and they do their job very well. They don't allow the board to move around too much. They allow the thing to move around and roll smoothly. And that is very nice indeed. As for the underpinnings, we're running a couple of axles. Up front, we've got a small disc brake mechanism for a bicycle, just in case. We, of course, don't need this to stop on a dime. We just need some kind of braking action to be available. Back here, we've got an engine fitted to a CVT box, some shafts and belts connecting to the differential, and this should be able to propel our longboard. Yeah, there is a lot to discuss here, but this turned out lovely, I think. Just look at this mad style on those 17-inch alloy wheels. Okay, now comes the interesting part, which is the actual testing. Okay, nobody seems to be keen. Also, we got these two handles, one for braking and the other is the throttle. We made them cable actuated just in case. If, say, this were to move abruptly, we won't be tearing the cables out. Plus, they serve as something to hang on to. This is where we've installed the engine start button. Okay, should we start it? It works? Though we should allow it to warm up. This is a two-stroke engine. Careful now. Okay, time to climb onto it. How do I maintain balance, though? Terrific. I should be able to control it. Hey, what gives? How better to stand? Because rapid acceleration and abrupt braking could result in me flying backward or forward. Okay, well... I told you we should have installed a seat. Here we go. Yeah, I think this would be more optimal. There we go. Who's got the better skateboard, Vlad? This is actually quite nice to hang on to. It's pretty controllable. Very nice. Easy now, let's try the other way. This takes some getting used to. I feel as if the engine is helping this roll or something. Oh, when you give it some throttle, yeah, it increases the lean. How do I better work this when decelerating? Okay, seem to be getting the hang of it. Yeah, this is fairly predictable. And you get more roll when you apply throttle. I see, right. Haven't even touched the brakes yet. I'm too scared to. Here we go. This thing is actually quite a nice means of driving from point A to point B. Though this definitely takes a bit of practice. That's for sure. But you do quickly get the hang of it. Anybody want to try this out? No, seriously though. Press the brake, nah, it's not even rolling. The engine is warm, it's happy to idle. Excellent stuff. Not enough tire pressure. We could have put some more air in. How much is that, like 2 kilos? To decrease the rolling resistance. Go for it. What, you scared? What if you try and drive it with a passenger? Wouldn't that be something else? There will definitely be some conflict as to where to go. Plus the weight distribution. Come to think of it, it might get a bit dangerous. There we go, come on. Oh, he's trying to nudge it forward. These guys are rock. A bit of practice and we should be good. Oh, this is very nice. Yeah, I can see myself doing that. Going full tilt? The piston's about to come flying out. What a cool thing, eh? Didn't get a chance to ride the small one? Here, go ahead and have a go on this big one. Where's the "you're all grown up"? You should be able to figure it out. Left, 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 right, left, right. Right! Yep, it'll be easier once you get moving. It is very odd. You want to try it out? No? Right, guys, this turned out to be a really fun contraption. I loved it. It is a very simple design, and I'd even say a reliable one. Simple to grasp and easy to make. And in all honesty, this thing was super fun. Feel free to try this out, and of course, maybe share some ideas as to what else we can do to it to prevent it from, well, there was the slight inconvenience of it rolling so much. If we'd have made it so that it rolled less, it would have been harder to induce the roll. You would have had to put more weight onto either side. I mean, I don't know, maybe we can set up some sort of seat or handle, some pedals. If you have any ideas, feel free to share them. We'll read through the comments and figure out how this can be made even better. Of course, make sure to sub if you want to support our channel, because we have got plenty of other experiments in the pipeline. But let's continue riding. Anybody else feeling brave? A couple of the camera guys were keen. We are worried about them, but let's allow them to have a go. This is harder than I imagined. And this is our motorized longboard. Yeah, that sounds like a good name for it. You just can't get enough of it, honestly. You can go ahead and try making one of these, but don't forget that safety always comes first. I mean, we're used to everything at this point, but you're better off wearing a helmet, gloves, elbow and knee pads. Yeah, not to be neglected. And that's it for this video. Subscribe, comment, catch you guys later.